people think they're good listeners, but today we're going to find out if that's true. This session will challenge how you see yourself and how you show up when other people are speaking. It's not about quick tips, it's about understanding how you listen and what that means for your confidence, relationships, and work. Before we start, there are two resources that I recommend if you want to go deeper after this. One is a video called Master Communication Fast. The other is a blog post over at my website. 5 communication strategies to build stronger workplace relationships. Both are linked below. Now let's get into the quiz. I'm going to ask you a few quick questions, each one only once. You're not allowed to ask me to repeat them. Listen carefully and see how you do. And if we haven't met before, I'm Natalie Smith. I'm a business coach, personal growth strategist, and consultant. Now let's get into it. Think about your answer as we go and drop your answers in the chat. Question 1. Is there any federal law against a man marrying his widow's sister? Question 2. If you walk into a freezing room with one match and see a kerosene lamp, oil heater, and wood stove, which do you light first? And question 3. How many birthdays does the average person have? Let's see how you did. Can a man marry his widow's sister? If he has a widow, that means he's already dead. So no, he can't. What do you light first? The match. You can't light anything else without it. How many birthdays does the average person have? It's 1. You only get one day you were born. Type the number of how many you got right in the chat. Now, if you missed any of these, don't worry, you're not alone. That's exactly why we're here today. Listening sounds simple, but real listening, focused, intentional, and grounded is something most people rarely practice. Now that you've seen the answers, take a moment to reflect. How did you really listen just now? Were you focused on the whole way through, or did your brain fill in the blanks? Were you guessing, half listening, or trying to anticipate the trick question? Think about the last few conversations you've had over the last 7 days. What kind of listener were you in those moments? This next part will help you understand why that's happening and what to do about it. And if you deal with conflict often, whether at work or home, next Monday, I'm going to walk you through the 6-step conflict resolution process every professional should know. There are 4 types of listeners. Most people shift between them without even realizing it. The first is the non-listener. This person interrupts, dominates, or zones out completely. Then you have the marginal listener. They hear words, but they don't really absorb the meaning. They stay on the surface and miss the deeper point. Do you know anybody like that? Now, next you have the technical listener. This person focuses on content only. They hear the facts, but they miss the feelings. And finally, we have the active listener. Yeah! This is where real communication happens. They listen to understand and not just to respond. They ask questions, they pause, and they give space. They focus on both what is said and also what isn't being said. Think about which one of these you tend to use most often and type it in the chat. Just the name: non-listener, marginal listener, technical listener, or active listener. There's no wrong answer. This is all about awareness. So how do you move toward active listening? There are 3 core behaviors that you need to focus on. The first is your full attention. No multitasking, no waiting to speak. Just be fully present. Second, need you to listen for emotion, not just words. The pace, body language, the tone. Often what's unsaid matters more than what's actually said. Now, the third and final one, I'd love it if you could reflect back what you hear. That could be a short summary or a simple question to clarify. And if feedback is one of the places that you tend to shut down or get tense, I have a video on how to give and receive feedback without the stress. It's called Stop Dreading Feedback. I've linked it for you below. And if you have any topics you want me to cover, please let me know. Drop it in the chat. Even starting with one of these can shift how people experience you. Which one do you want to try this week? Type it in the chat. Full attention, emotion, or reflect. Now let's talk about what happens when you make these small shifts. People feel heard, not just nodded at. That builds trust fast. Conversations become clearer. You stop guessing. You stop repeating. You get to the point without confusion. You improve how others respond to you. When you listen with intention, people tend to mirror that back. It changes the tone of the whole interaction. Let's wrap up with a few ways you can continue your growth after today. Mark your calendars for next Monday. We're diving into the 6 conflict resolution process every professional should know. It's a practical session you can use right away. If you want to keep sharpening your communication skills, watch the video I mentioned earlier. It's called Master Communication Fast, and it covers 5 key skills that you can start using today. You'll also find a short blog linked below. It's a quick breakdown of 5 communication strategies that help you build stronger workplace relationships. If you prefer to read or want to review this later, I think that's a great place to start. If you want more support and tools each month, why don't you join me on Patreon? You'll get access to downloadable slides, activity worksheets, and a live Q&A monthly session. It's $5 a month, and it's all focused in helping you take consistent action in your growth. Everything I just mentioned is linked below this video. Now, finally, your stop, start, continue reflection. What's one thing that you want to stop doing when it comes to how you listen? What's one thing that you want to start doing? And what's one thing that you want to continue to protect in your conversations or in yourself? You can drop your answers in the chat below. Just write it like this: stop, and then the word, start, and then the word, and continue, and then the word. If this session gave you clarity or it gave you a wake-up call, don't brush it off. That's your signal to move different. And if you're watching this replay, like, share, and subscribe. It helps more people find this message and take action. On the screen in a few, you're going to see some next videos that I recommend that you watch. Don't stop here. You're just getting started. And remember to learn, love, and live. Stay blessed.